Hi everyone, this is Kat of Catalyst Holistic Life Coaching, bringing your life in alignment with you. I'm here today to do your weekly guidance reading for the week of December 7th through the 13th. Our second week in December already. We're nearing the close of 2020, so exciting. And we're in the midst of Sag season, Sagittarius, so we're probably kind of feeling more of this kind of push energy, ready to go, and maybe we're feeling a little bit stressed with still kind of a continuing weird holiday season. So hopefully some of this energy will really kind of come to bring some clarity. It really seems like over the last little bit, some recurring themes have kind of pervaded, not just through the last few weeks, but also kind of through the year. And I think it's just getting kind of repeated for us so that we can really understand that we can come back to this center and understand that things are working, in our favor, even if it just kind of seems so mysterious and weird at this point. So let's go ahead and we'll take a look at our reading this week. No meditation because we've got a big reading. So if you may need to pop in and out to get the full reading, you can pause this video at any point. If you want to stay up to date with all my other videos, you can subscribe below, and also be sure to like, comment, or share if you have your own experience with this. So this week we're working with the Muse Tarot along with your Oracle cards. And this is just a general overall reading for the collective, so if it doesn't resonate for you, it could be something that may be coming at a later time, or it could be something that you are already working with. So just be open to the imagery and the messages and take what resonates with you. So let's go ahead and start with our tarot first. So opening up with the Six of Voices. So this is a really cool card to start out with because this is really like the point after the battle. Like, this is kind of like the continued journey to the other side. Like, there was a lot of these, adversaries, a lot of these trials and tribulations. And now we're kind of finding this support and this peace. You can see that she's got a full moon in her headpiece. And you can see this traveler that's ready to kind of go to the other side, kind of to leave the old behind. And there's this sort of protective energy as well that's supporting this move. So again, I think this is speaking to like knowing that spirit has your back, even though there's maybe a point of battles or struggle, there's always a period of peace that comes afterwards. So this is kind of like the ship that's coming in to take us to the other side. So finding a sense of like peacefulness and trust in that. Okay, because next we have is the Three of Emotions, or the Three of Cups. So this is actually to do with like sisterhood and celebration, and the three different aspects of the feminine. So again, it's kind of that cyclic nature because we have the moons in here as well, the crescent and the full moon. And the three representations of the mother, like maiden, crone. And so even though this is representing sisterhood, it can also just represent, brotherhood or community. So we're coming together to kind of celebrate coming out on the other side. Whatever union we're finding, maybe this could be a sort of inner union, but we're finding the pieces to celebrate. We're finding the reasons, no matter how small, to kind of uplift us and see that we are coming out on this journey stronger than we were before. And we've gained more wisdom. Maybe we've aged a little bit and moved into a different cycle of like the maiden figure. Okay, so the next card we have is the Three of Voices, or the Three of Swords. This is a pretty obvious imagery of just like, yeah, there's been a lot of heartbreak, there's been a lot of trials, there's been loss, there is grief, but there's also a door sitting behind her. She only has to choose to walk through it. And so I see a lot of like choice here, a choice in seeing like the brighter side of where we've come from and how are we going to integrate and learn from these pieces. Okay, because the next card, yes, we have is the Seven of Emotions. We've got a lot of tarot this week. So Seven of Cups or Seven of Emotions. There's a choice here, and again, I'm seeing that kind of choice of like walking through the door. We now have these kind of new options that are coming to light. We're seeing, you know, maybe there's past things that are kind of remaining, past behaviors, past emotions, and there are some new things that we are able to look forward to. So I feel like there's kind of this push-pull between like past and present. We're really starting to see the veil lifted of maybe what was illusion before, because sometimes this can have to do with our illusion of not really being sure where to put our energy, or maybe we have just been putting our energy into too many places and now we're kind of having to pick and choose what that is. So especially with these emotions, so many of us have had scattered emotions for this last year. And now we're kind of trying to choose something that's more harmonizing. So kind of like picking your story, picking your battles, you know, choosing what to release and what to hold on to. Okay. So next we have the Muse of Inspiration, also the King of Wands. So this is, yeah, really coming into that more powerful energy. Like we're seeing very clearly now what is actually giving us fire in our life and what has been, you know, taken away from it. What has this battle given to us that has made us stronger, that has made us more kingly. And again, more of this kind of moon energy going on. This, I feel like with the full moons coming up, like we're coming to a culmination of ourselves. Like I really see this uniting of our energies, our different aspects of ourselves, and coming through the hardships as kind of more of a ruler over our own lives, as someone, you know, who is in the driver's seat, who is taking control and has ultimate power. Okay. And then ending the tarot with the Empress. So this is like a fertile energy and also a very motherly energy, and it's also a sign of abundance. So, yeah, I feel like this is also like with all the universe, like coming from her heart space, like this is kind of the creatrix energy. Like now when we come to this union, we're more able to like manifest and create that abundance for ourselves. Like whatever we may have lost in all of this, whatever grief we may be feeling, we're able to kind of manifest this in an even stronger way on our own. We're able to create a new reality and something that is much more nurturing to our soul, something that is really going to feed, you know, everything about us. This is, yeah, really, I want to say, like, I get this feeling of like some of us are coming to kind of back to that feminine energy. Like we've been trying to think our way too much through our lives, and while it's good to have that fire and that passion and that drive, there's also this sense of like being sure to like work from our heart space. And are we doing it from a place of love, or were we just, you know, doing things as a kind of run of the motion and there wasn't any sort of heart or emotion in it before? Now we're really kind of shifting into this new dimension, into this new world. Okay. All right. So let's get into our oracle to see if we can get a little more definition in this reading. So for our animal spirits this week, we have the squirrel spirit, believing in yourself Number 57 reduces down to 12 or 3. So this also really has to do with when we think of squirrels like packing away for the winter time. Like they do so much hard work and really make preparations for these sorts of things. And so this is really telling you to, put all the pieces together and, believe in that power that you hold within. Believe that you are really changing your dynamic and growing your life the way that you want it to be. And believing that you have this ability on your own, believing that you hold all of the pieces within to create this. Okay, and then the next spirit we have is the grasshopper spirit in protection, taking a leap of faith. This is number 30, also reduces down to a 3. So with him being in protection, I'm also seeing this like 3-3-3 pattern. We might be wanting to kind of like play it safe after this really kind of tumultuous time, and we're finding that breath of fresh air, and we just kind of want to close off and not really like have this more experience that has brought us so much heartbreak and really just kind of a painful, maybe lonely time. But this is kind of still reminding you, in order to move forward, don't stall yourself in making decisions so much, but take that leap of faith in yourself. Take that leap of faith that everything is going to be moving in that new direction, and you do have the power to manifest. Yeah, I'm really seeing the word like manifest a lot. So, where are you holding yourself back? Maybe asking yourself that question this week. Okay, and then moving into our crystal for the week is malachite of clearing. So yeah, we're releasing and cutting ties. We're really just ready to leave this past behind, this trial. And, this is also like a sign of healing. Like, even though we may still be feeling a lot of heartache, this is also healing. As well as like this 3 of Cups, like celebration, this is healing and union as well. So being sure to, with this Empress energy as well, doing the nurturing, doing things that are, healing by way of maybe changing your diet, or just making sure you are getting enough food. Are you nourishing yourself during this time? Are you sleeping well enough? It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go on these like extremes, but are you really paying attention to how you're taking care of yourself? And are you ready to shift into new patterns where you are? So clearing this old stuff away, preparing to make way for this new to come in. Because you really have to kind of clear out some of that stagnant energy if you really want to see all the potential that is there. All right. So moving into some herbal medicine that can help us this week, we have the apple, 9 of earth. So yeah, apple's like one of those other really nourishing things. And the 9 of earth is also this just really like well put together sort of energy, is really got a place of stature. And so maybe really enjoying more of like the sweetness of life. Not necessarily meaning you overindulge on sweets or anything, but are you engaging in the things that are giving you this feeling of fulfillment, of joy? And that can be towards yourself or others. Like, this has to be an equal give and take. We want to share like this goodness with others as well. And again, like that imagery of like homemade pies, like, are you putting your heart into what you are making? And if you do this, that sort of energy will come back tenfold. It will be just as fruitful. And this more harvest energy also of believing in yourself, like taking stock, preparing for like, I don't want to say like the long road ahead, but just there might be more underlying layers that are starting to kind of reveal themselves. And now that you have these tools and understanding of how you want to shift and be more prepared, taking stock, preparing for that like hibernation sort of energy. Okay, and then we also have another 9, the 9 of fire, or cherry, wild cherry. So the 9 of fire is kind of like the pause before the big next step. And since these are both 9s, they're right before the end of this suit. So the wild cherry energy is kind of like, again, enjoying that sweetness, but the nurturing, like giving yourself time to rest, but not so much that you're not going to take the next step, like not stalling, not making up excuses, but coming back to your roots, coming back to that fire energy, and then preparing to continue along the journey and finish what you have started. So maybe there was something you kind of started. That's another message I'm seeing. And you kind of hit some barriers, or you hit some sort of conflict that has really kind of thrown you off, and you're just ready to kind of maybe leave it behind and try something else. So maybe this is just something you had to reflect on a little bit and really come back to, like, what was your why? What was your reasoning? Okay. So moving on into the cards of how we can stay connected best to our light this week. We have the Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? The Empress is the mother. So yeah, that motherly, nurturing energy. I'm seeing a lot of mother nurture here, especially with this 9 of Earth, even the squirrel spirit, and maybe going through those cycles of maybe we've aged from the maiden energy to now the mother energy, which is kind of the middle ground where we have gained more wisdom, and now we're ready to kind of put that wisdom back out into the world. We're ready to put our heart back out into the world. And next we have the Pillar of Light. Your vibration is rising and you are the oracle. So yeah, I see this too with, the Empress. The vibration is opening up. Things are shifting. Things are changing. So taking that risk, not holding yourself back. So if this seems like something new to you or something you're not sure how to experience, just keep following that vibration, keep following that journey, keep following that fire, and trust in yourself that you're going to know what to do when these new situations arise. Okay. All right. And so the last few cards represent the offering from the divine, things that you can kind of meditate on to kind of keep you in alignment with this. So the first card we have is being enough. The innermost heart says you are enough, nowhere to go, nothing to get, nothing to change, no need to grow more deserving. Yes, you are love. Yeah, so celebrating yourself, celebrating your cycles, celebrating how far you've come, and that you are learning this for yourself. And it's not a matter of you weren't good enough before or that you didn't know any better. It's just that we all go through these cycles, and whatever we're releasing, whatever heartbreak we went through, there's kind of those tears and the rain falling energy. This had nothing to do with you not being worthy. So not putting yourself down about if things have really stalled and you're not maybe the person who you wanted to be, or you haven't accomplished what you set out to. And it has nothing to do with your worthiness. It's just a challenge to help you rise more to the occasion, really raise your vibration, because maybe what you're striving for is needing a higher vibration. And so in order to ascend to that next level, some challenges had to come up to make you do that and prepare you for taking that next step. Okay, so the next card we have is loneliness. When you stop fearing your aloneness, you stop settling for less than you deserve. May I embrace and love my solitude. And that's when kindred spirits can finally come. So maybe we've really had to kind of let go of old people. If there was a legitimate, heartbreak of some sort of romantic relationship, or, maybe a friendship even, or a family member, and you're really feeling more isolated than you were before. Again, it's that taking stock of just like believing in yourself, preparing for, I keep seeing the word like hibernation. So this could just be really saying we're preparing. Now it does kind of make sense for saying the long road ahead, where maybe we are kind of going into a period of really needing to take stock of our aloneness. And that really seems kind of scary through the winter time. People already struggle with, depression and seasonal anxiety, those sorts of things. And this isn't to say like just shut everyone out and just rely on yourself and it's silly to reach out to people. That's not at all what this is saying. It's just learning to create tools for yourself of like loving yourself more, reaching out when you do need it, and then learning to be comfortable in yourself when you can. And learning to love yourself just as much as like some of these other people that are helping you can see. And maybe we're, working on like clearing out that heart space, clearing out any negative beliefs around heart energy. So we could maybe be having some like shadow aspect stuff rising up, things that we think negatively of our own. And it's coming forward to be released. Like that's how our vibration changes, is we have to become aware of these things that we were not aware of before. So be sure to mother yourself. Be sure to mother yourself and take care of your being. Okay. All right. And the last card, interesting. So the next card we have is, solitude. Once you embrace the inner divine and your own sacred solitude, the right people arrive at the right time, exactly on schedule, without forcing or chasing. So if maybe you've felt like alone on your own solo journey, this is just saying that feeling of sisterhood, that feeling of communion is coming towards you, because your energy is shifting away from people who were not really matching you on that level. And it's okay to feel grief about these things. It's okay to, feel that actual sense of loss around this, because it is a loss. But don't feel disillusioned that you have to choose something other than yourself to, keep these sorts of things around. You still have a choice in which direction you want your life to go, and you have this like ultimate power. And kind of just accept the clearing. Like this happens when our vibration raises too, is if the people around us don't really match that vibration, they're not really going to move along with us. And that's not to say that they maybe wouldn't at a later time, but you don't want to make yourself small for the sake of, waiting around for other people, because you don't know how long that could take them. You deserve just as much to move forward and have this incredible journey of your own to really actually come into your power. Because with this 9/9 energy, like you're really coming to kind of the end of the journey, but these are the last couple steps that you need to do before you really come full circle. Okay, so this could also not just be you holding you back, but are there other people that are holding you back from your potential? And really believing in yourself to take that step forward, even if it seems like it's going to be on your own for a while. Okay. Whew. All right. Yeah, and winter is definitely really a period of isolation and cleansing anyway. We really kind of see who makes it through the fray, who makes it through the roughest and darkest of times. So just kind of staying grounded is super important this week. And so taking this time to learn more about yourself, celebrate your body, celebrate your emotions, and really start to clear your space. So this could not just be in the physical body. This could be in your environment, in your emotions, in your food, whatever you think needs to be done so that your outside can also match your inside, because you have to kind of do that work to help raise your vibration. So whatever steps you can take to make that happen will be super beneficial this week. Okay? All right. I think that's everything I have for you this week. I know it's kind of a big reading and a lot of energy going on, and there's a lot of different interpretation that could happen here. But I think, the most important message here is that this cycle is starting to come to a close, and we're just kind of learning how to be more settled kind of from the dust of it all. So you don't have to know all the answers right now. You don't have to know exactly which direction you're going in, other than just choosing in yourself and choosing something that makes you feel good. Okay? All right. So thank you again for watching. If you really liked that, again, I'd love to hear your experience, and also feel free. I do have my links to my website if you'd like to sign up for my newsletter, or I also have CashApp links below if you want to tip, donate, or just buy me a tea or a coffee. I appreciate the energy exchange either way. So thank you so much again, wherever you're at. I'm wishing you blessings, and we'll see you next time. Have a great evening. Bye.